Dark Shadows, number 53, VTR 3567, Air 31567, take one.
My name is Victoria Winters. Death has been a frequent visitor at Collinwood, moving in and out with no one to stop him. Now another visit is imminent.
Exactly 100 years ago tonight, Laura Murdoch Radcliffe died in a fire. And I'm afraid that the same thing is going to happen to David.
I can't deny the coincidence. It's startling, but it's inconclusive.
Well, I'm sure that if you look at the date of the death of Laura Murdoch Stockbridge in 1767, you're going to find it's the same date as today.
Vicky, in view of the incredible things that have occurred around here, I'm willing to admit the possibility, but I object to your conclusion that tonight represents a special kind of danger.
My common sense tells me the very same thing, but we're not dealing with logic or reality.
That's why we have to examine everything.
What we have to do is to continue with the plan that we've just made. Burke will have to take David away for as long as it takes me to get rid of Laura. I'll go down there now and tell her that she has to go.
That's what frightens me. If you tell her to go, she may do something to David, and she may do it tonight.
Vicky, you can't be sure about a thing like that.
Laura wants one thing, and that's David. Now, if you tell her that she has to go without David, well, she's got to take some action.
There isn't anything else I can tell her, and she must be gotten rid of.
Only you could wait until after Burke takes David away.
Well, it wouldn't make any difference to me, but I'd just as soon do it now while I'm good and angry.
Can't you take David away right now?
No, I'm sure the kid's sound asleep. I'll come by and pick him up in the morning.
But don't you understand? Tonight is the crucial night. That date on the old paper is tonight's date.
Easy, Vicky. It might not mean anything.
If only there was some way that I could protect David tonight. I've got to. I've got to keep an eye on him till I know that he's out of danger.
Laura, there is some terrible news.
Oh?
Dr. Guthrie has been killed in an automobile crash.
How dreadful.
You don't care that he's dead, do you?
Do you want me to lie to you?
No, there's been enough of that already. The time has come for there to be an end to it.
And what do you mean by that?
That our situation has come to an explosive head.
Glad you finally realized that. Makes it much easier for me to tell you my decision.
Decision?
Obviously, I have become persona non grata here at Collinwood. In view of that, and in the best interests of David, I've decided to leave.
Oh?
Are you surprised?
Why, yes, I am. I didn't think you would give up so easily.
I'm not giving up so easily. It's very painful for me. I want David very much. But my opposition is far too strong.
I must say, Laura, I'm rather impressed with your show of sensibility.
It's the only sensible thing left to do.
When will you leave?
Tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, I'll take the bus to Boston.
Well, I'll take you downtown.
No. There's no need for that. I'll get a taxi.
No, but I insist. There are things for you and I to discuss. The divorce, for one.
All right, Roger, if there are papers to be signed, then bring them along.
Well, I could send them to you.
Well, the only thing about that is, I'm really not sure of my address.
I see.
And there's one more thing. David. I won't say goodbye. I think it's best if I simply go.
What shall I say to him?
Whatever is easiest for him. And for you.
All right. You know, I'd have sworn you would be bitter.
Which shows how badly you've misjudged me.
That's right, Vicky. So I suggest you pack some of David's things, and I'll be by at 6:30 in the morning to pick him up.
I wish it could be tonight.
Now, don't worry, Vicky. There's just a few hours till dawn.
All right. Well, you better go. I want to go up and sit with David. I'm not going to let him out of my sight. Roger, what happened?
An incredible thing. Before I had a chance to say anything to her, she told me that she had already decided to go.
What about David?
Without him.
I don't believe that.
Why did she decide to leave?
Well, I'd just say that we've worn her down. She says that it's in David's best interest.
No, those are not Laura's words. Self-interest is first with her.
I'm taking her to the Boston bus in the morning.
She wouldn't leave without David.
She will tomorrow.
I don't trust her.
Neither do I, and I'm going to find out.
How?
I'm going to go see her.
What will that prove?
I'll know if she's lying to me. I'll be right back.
I believe Laura realizes that she's made these mistakes and that she regrets them very much.
One thing for sure. She regrets the mistakes she's made.
Well, we should be grateful that she's making it so easy for all of us. She won't even say goodbye to David.
That's very strange.
She's left it to me to decide what to say to him.
I don't understand why she's leaving now. Right when David is so ready to go with her. I wonder why.
Who is it?
Bert,
Well, I'm busy.
I want to talk to you.
There's nothing to talk about.
Packing? People usually pack when they're going on a trip.
Do you have any other good generalizations?
Yes. A lot of people will be happy to see you go.
Are you one of them?
I'll be the happiest. But I want to ask you one thing, though. Are you really leaving? Are you really leaving?
Yes, I am. Didn't you believe Roger?
I wanted to reassure myself that you were really going to go. I want to know that I'm seeing you for the last time.
Perhaps you'd like to fight with Roger over the privilege of carrying my suitcase to the bus terminal.
That much he deserves. Why are you really going?
Didn't he tell you?
I want the real reason.
An antagonistic attitude has built up against me. It can never change. It can only get worse. All this pushing and pulling and name-calling. It can only have a serious effect on David.
Why should that stop you?
You don't believe that I really love David, do you? You feel the same way they do.
I know you better than they do. If you took David away, could you make him forget the nastiness created by it? Don't you agree?
No.
Laura, you're not being consistent with yourself.
Oh, Burke, you are a very narrow person. You just can't possibly believe that I could change.
That's just the point. When you first came back, I thought you had changed. Time had done things to you. And it made me feel very good. But since I've heard some of the things that have happened to you, some of the things that you've done, or you're supposed to have made happen, I don't want to be your judge. But under the circumstances, all I can do is condemn you. I'm sorry, Laura.
Well, don't be. Please don't be sorry.
It's been many years since I've seen you cry like that. I remember the first time I saw you cry. It was a long time ago, before Roger, before trouble. It was when I first said to you, I loved you.
I didn't know you remembered that.
A man wouldn't forget a moment like that. A moment that he remembers the rest of his life.
We've come full cycle then, haven't we?
What do you mean?
Well, you've just told me the opposite of that. You've run the gamut. From love to hate.
Then your tears are appropriate.
And real. You will concede that, won't you?
Yes. They do seem real.
Well, we've tied up another loose end, haven't we?
Tied it in a knot that can never be untied.
Well, whether you believe it or not, I am leaving tomorrow morning without a struggle and without David. I don't want to hurt him.
I want to believe you, Laura.
Well, tomorrow you'll know, won't you?
Yes.
Shall I expect a goodbye from you at the bus terminal?
No, I'll be saying goodbye now. There's no room for you in my future. I'm only sorry that you made the past as awful as it was.
You've seen her.
Yes.
What do you think?
I think she'll go away tomorrow.
Are you sure?
Well, I'm as sure as I can be.
Laura, you can't be sure of anything.
Vicky, we are aware of that. But now Burke and I have the same feelings about her plans. If you don't believe, I suggest you go down there and have a talk with her yourself.
That won't prove anything. Words are meaningless to her.
I think our problems are solved. Do you agree, Burke?
I agree, I think so. Although Laura never has the look of the defeated. She did break down and cry.
Well, she'll do anything to try and convince you.
Vicky, please. Burke and I know her very well. We have both detected what may be the only moment of honesty in her. We've got to put it to the test.
What do you mean?
I've reserved a seat for her on the Boston bus. I will see that she gets in that seat tomorrow morning.
If she does go, then there's really no need for me to take David on the fishing trip.
Oh, yes, there is.
Why?
To be absolutely certain.
When that bus pulls out, we'll be certain.
Please, Burke, please do this one thing for me. Take David away from here.
But the danger will be over.
No, it won't. Please, Burke.
Okay, Vicky. I'll take the boy away. He could use a good sport anyway.
Thank you.
If we can just get past tomorrow morning, if we can just get past getting her on that bus, everything will be all right.
It's tonight that's important. Laura Murdoch Radcliffe and her son died 100 years ago tonight. And I'm so frightened that something's going to happen to David tonight. I intend to sit up with him all night until I'm certain that he's quite out of any danger.
David. David.
Mother?
I'm sorry I woke you.
I'm glad you did. I want to see you.
I missed you.
I want to be with you, Mother.
It's good to hear that, darling. I've got something wonderful to tell you.
What?
We're going to go away together.
That is wonderful.
I'm happy that you're glad about it.
When?
Tomorrow.
Morning?
No, tomorrow night, late at night.
Oh.
What's the matter, darling?
I was going to go away fishing with Burke Devlin.
Well, you can still do that.
No, you see, he wanted me to go on a trip with him. To a fishing lodge where you stay over for a couple nights.
Oh, I see.
Does it have to be tomorrow night?
Yes, dear, it does, but there'll be plenty of fishing where we're going.
Do they have muskies?
I'm sure they do.
Well, I'll go with you.
Good.
Will you tell Burke that I can't go with him?
No, David. That's something that you're going to have to do yourself. For a very special reason. You see, we don't want Burke to know that you're going away with me.
Why not?
Because it's a secret.
Did you get permission for me to go?
No, darling, I didn't. You see, your father is planning to send you off to boarding school.
No.
I won't let him do it.
I don't want to go to a boarding school.
Well, that's why I'm taking you away with me. I guess the reason they wanted you to go to school was so that they could get rid of me, and then you'd have no one to fight for you. Not even Vicky.
They all hate me.
But I love you, David. You know that.
I do. Oh, Mother, I wish you could take me away right now. I don't want to stay here.
We can't go till tomorrow, darling, because that's the way it's been planned. Now, here's what we do. 11:30 tomorrow night. You get up, get dressed, and sneak out of the house. Now, can you do that?
Sure.
I'll be waiting for you at the old fishing shack. And we'll go to a wonderful, wonderful place where no one can ever reach you.
I can't wait.
And darling, tomorrow morning, I want you to act as though you don't feel very well. And don't worry about saying goodbye to anyone. You can always come back and visit.
I won't say a word.
One more thing. If they should say to you that I've gone away, well, just remember that I'll meet you at 11:30 tomorrow night at the old fishing shack.
Okay.
Go to sleep now, darling. Till tomorrow.
Good night, Mother.
Good night. Go to sleep. Sleep, David. Sleep. Sleep.
Dark Shadows is a Dan Curtis production.